Welcome back. Calculate the rate percent per annum at which 5,000 naira doubles itself in 20 years. We are asked to find the rate. We know the principal to be 5,000 naira. The time is 20 years. We are not given the interest, but we are told that that principal doubles itself. That means the amount after 20 years is 2 times 5,000 naira, which is 10,000 naira. And we know that interest is the difference between the principal and the amount. That means the interest is 10,000 naira minus 5,000 naira, which is also 5,000 naira. Now, from the formula, simple interest is principal multiplied by rate multiplied by time over 100. If we want to make R the subject of the formula, it is simply 100 multiplied by the simple interest divided by principal and time, which is equivalent to 100 times 5,000 divided by 5,000 times 20. This is going to cancel out this 20 here 1, 20 here 5. That means the rate percent is 5. In question 7, we are asked to evaluate these fractions, and we can see that from our options we have decimal numbers. That means let's find the LCM, which is 2,000. So 2,000 divided by 2 is 1,000. So 1,000 times 1 is 1,000. 2,000 divided by 20 is 100. 100 multiplied by 3 is 300. 2,000 divided by 200 is 10. 10 multiplied by 5 is 50. And lastly, 2,000 divided by 2,000 is 1. 1 times 7 is 7. So when we add 1,350 and 7, we are going to get 1,357 divided by 2,000. When you press this on a calculator, you are going to get 0.6785. And that's not in the option, but when we approximate to 3 decimal places, according to what we have in the options, they are all in 3 decimal places. So we can approximate that to 0.679, which is option D. Another way to go about it, which is quite similar to how we solved it here, is to find equivalent fractions where the denominator will be the LCM. That is, what fraction is equivalent to 1 over 2 such that the denominator is 2,000. It is simply 1,000. What is the equivalent fraction to 3 over 20 such that the denominator is 2,000? It is also 300. So it is quite similar to the approach we used. For question number 8, find the value of x minus y. If this is quite an easy one, we have a simultaneous equation here. 2x plus 2y equals to 16. 8x minus 2y equals to 44. I mentioned that it's a simple one because we can see that the coefficients of y are the same but have opposite signs. And when we have such cases, we simply add. When we have the same coefficients but having different, or let me say opposite signs. Let's say, for example, you have plus 5x and minus 5x. You can easily eliminate because when you add these two, you are going to get 0. So when we had equation 1 and equation 2, we will have 2x plus 8x, that's 10x, plus 2y plus negative 2y will be 0, and 16 plus 44 will give me 60. That means 10x is 60, and that would mean that x is 60 over 10, which is 6. So we can use any of the equations to find the value of y. If we choose to use the first equation, that means 2 multiplied by 6, rather than writing 2x, we are now substituting x into the equation. 2 multiplied by 6 plus 2y equals 16. That means 12 plus 2y is 16, and 2y will be 16 minus 12, which is 4. That means 2y is 4, and y will be 4 minus over 2, which is 2. However, the question asked us to find the value of x minus y. X is 6, y is 2. That means x minus y is 4. Option D. Question number 9. Find the capacity of a cylinder whose diameter is 18 centimeters, height is 17 centimeters. The value of pi we are asked to use is 22/7, and we are looking for the volume. Well, the formula for volume of a cylinder is pi r square h. So the radius is simply the half of the diameter, which is diameter over 2, 18 centimeters over 2, and that's 9 centimeters. So that means V equals to 22/7 multiplied by 9 squared, which is 9 times 9, times height, which is 17 centimeter. When we multiply this, we'll get 4327.71 centimeter cube. But we are asked to find the capacity. So the relationship between capacity and volume is that 1000 centimeter cube is equivalent to 1 liter. That would mean that our answer, which is 4327.71 centimeter cube, will be equivalent to how many liters? And that's simply 4327.71 divided by 1000 liters. And that will give me 4.32771 liters. From my option, the closest answer, the approximate answer is A, because we are given our answers in different decimal places, but you can see that it is only option A that is approximate to our answer. So if we choose to approximate to 3 decimal place, we have 4.328 liters. Option A. What is the value of x over p minus y? Well, x is 4, p is -3, minus y is -5. That means 4 divided by -3. We have two opposite signs right here. The sign before the bracket and the sign after the bracket. Oh, sorry, we have equal signs rather. We have a negative outside the bracket and a negative inside the bracket. So it is going to turn into a positive. So that's -3 plus 5, and that's 4/2, and the answer is 2. Option A. Question 11. The age of a father is 4 times that of his son. Well, let x represent the son's age rather. Let x be the son's age. That means the father, okay, now the son is x. That means the father will be 4 multiplied by x, which is 4x. In 10 years' time, before you evaluate what the ages will be in 10 years' time from the information in the question, you need to first of all write what the son will be in 10 years' time, and that's x plus 10, and the father will be 4x plus 10. Now let's go back to the question. In 10 years' time, the father, which is 4x plus 10, will be 3 times, that is as old as his son. Initially, the son will be x plus 10 in 10 years' time, so it is 3 multiplied by x plus 10. Find the present age of the father. So let's simplify the equation. 4x plus 10 equals to 3x plus 30 when we expand. So collecting like times, I'll have 4x minus 3x equals to 30 minus 10. 4x minus 3x will result in x, and 30 minus 10 is 20. But the question asked me to find the present age of the father, and remember that that's 4x, which is 4 times 20, and that's 80 years. Question number 12. The sum of the interior angles of a polygon is 26 right angles. How many sides does the polygon have? Well, the formula for sum of interior angles is 180 multiplied by n minus 2 or 2n minus 4 right angles. That's the formula for the sum of interior angles of a polygon. Now, we are told that this sum for the question is 26 right angles. So that means that simply means 26 equals to 2n minus 4. I do not need to apply the first formula because I don't even know the number of sides. But in this case, we are given the sum to be 26 right angles. That means we need to apply the second formula, which is 2n minus 4 right angles. So then if I collect like terms, 26 plus 4 equals to 2n. That means 30 is 2n, and n is going to be 30 over 2, which is 15. That means the particular polygon has 15 sides. For question number 13, we are asked to find the cube root of 0.512 in the form x over y, that is, express it as a fraction. So that means the cube root of 0.512, well, let me express 0.512 as a fraction. That's 512 divided by 1000. How do I know that it is 1000? Anytime you want to convert a decimal number to fraction, say for example 0.62, the last digit in that decimal number, what is the place value of it? So this is 6/10 and this is 200. That means we have over 100 because the place value of 2 is 100. So what is going to be over 100? That's 62 or 0.62. So for any decimal number, just identify the place value of the last digit. That was going to be the power of 10 or the multiple of 10, the power of 10 rather, that would be the denominator. So that means the cube root of 512 divided by the cube root of 1000. The cube root of 512 is 8 and the cube root of 1000 is 10. That means if I simplify it, that will be 4 over 5. Option A.